Does your round off feel slow or weak, or like you just don't have enough power going into that back handspring to set you up for a nice block into your tucks or layouts or full or double? I've got some hacks for you, and it might be one of these 3 fixes later in the video, so stay tuned. Hey guys, my name's Shawn Magee and welcome back to my channel. I've got 3 hacks for you today that I think are gonna change your life. Coming out of a round off with your chest down, does it feel slow? Does your round off feel weak? Do you feel like you can't really get the power that you need into your ending skills? I've been doing this for a long time, and it honestly comes down to maybe one of 3 mistakes that you're most likely making. I'll be breaking them down and telling you exactly what to fix so that your tumbling can increase its power and efficiency moving forward. And stick around to the end because I've got a bonus clip that most athletes completely miss, but it can change your life. Number 1, an incorrect lunge. I see this every single day. Your lunge is literally the foundation of everything in tumbling, so we wanna make sure that it's nice and strong. What I see a lot is athletes who try to keep their chests nice and tall going into their lunge, which I do appreciate, but that back leg is already at a 45-degree angle. So if that chest is coming up, do you see how that line is now broken? So we wanna make sure that their back leg all the way to their hands is a 45-degree line, meaning their shoulders are reaching forward over their front leg and their armpit should be stacked directly over that front knee with their front knee over the front ankle. I don't tell them to put their knee over their front toe because we want to save that for the lever. So the weight distribution in a lunge is something that I don't see a lot of coaches, teaching, and I think that it's super important. So like when you're holding a stagnant lunge, right, you don't want to have your weight already shifting over that front toe because you want to feel that lever going into that block. That brings me to mistake number 2. Mistake number 2 is low-key kind of sneaky. If that front leg is locking too quickly, then it's going to cause, instead of the athlete being able to lever over that bent knee and reach out further away, they're going to actually be dropping their chest faster to the floor, which is going to take away that block energy that we're trying to get, and that is going to cause them to have to snap their toes down and create a lot of issues down the line in that pass, whatever they're doing. So mistake number 2 would definitely be the timing of their front leg extension. I'll try to show you with my hands, but I'll show you with my body in a second. I'm on YouTube. I'm showing you with my body now. This 45-degree line, we wanna make sure that we're driving over the front toe. We feel the weight of our body shift from the front heel into the front toe and out. That's gonna be because we want that 45-degree line to be pushing then through the top of our shoulders into the air and not over the top of our hands. So we wanna keep our front knee soft until our hands hit the floor, and then we're gonna explode quickly through it while blocking through the shoulders. It's gonna let our body basically act like a spring and let our shoulders drive the block. So mistake number 3 that I see every single day, not even kidding, every day. Mistake number 3 that I see is hand placement. Lord have mercy. What is the purpose of a round off, people? To turn us around with either equal or increasing energy, right? So if our hands are not turning, then what are we doing? Like, girl, what are we doing? So mistake number 3 is hand and arm placement. What I tell my athletes is to keep their elbows behind their ears at all times. That's gonna activate the upper back through the entirety of that round off or handstand block or whatever we're trying to get off of our hands with. The back of that second palm is actually gonna tell our hips where to go. So where we aim that is the most crucial point of this round off. If that hand is turned forward, it's putting extra load on that elbow and it's gonna really cause issues down the line. Scary, might snap. So we wanna turn that hand over. So if I'm a left cartwheel or a left round off, I'm turning my left hand to the left as much as I can as I turn over, but my right hand should not still be to the right. It should be turning over to the left until that palm is upside down. That's gonna keep my bones from my back leg all the way through to my palm in a straight line, connecting those bones, and that's where that block is gonna come from, if that makes sense. So if you see any kind of break, or if your athletes are pushing forward with their shoulders, that is where all of the weight in that needle kick or in that round off is gonna go. So it's gonna push straight to the back of their shoulders, and then what's gonna come out? So one super simple thing that I tell my kids all the time is just to pour out the Alani, right? So pretend like you have an Alani in your hand, then you're gonna put your arm straight and you're gonna pour it all the way out upside down. So that's gonna kind of show you where that hand should be while it's behind the ear. So they're going into the lunge here, shoulders are open, I have my little Alani, I'm reaching forward through my lunge, my first hand's gonna rotate to the side, allowing my body to quarter, then that second hand's gonna dump the Alani, creating the second quarter, which would be a half for a round off. You stuck through to the end, honestly, I would say too. I hated that, sorry. So if you're doing any of those 3 things wrong, then this bonus tip probably will not work for you. You're gonna have to tumble really efficiently to get this done, but it's a great tip, so stay tuned. Most athletes, after they come out of their round off, just try to go into their handspring however they want to, however it feels comfortable for them, because it's human nature to wanna see where you're going, right? Wrong, girl, wrong. Here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna create a nice lunge, okay? You're gonna drive over your front leg and stretch out as quickly as you can. Then you're gonna needle kick swiftly, snap your ankles together quickly into that block angle that we talked about before. Yes? At that point, you're gonna use your core to drive hips under with flat hips. If you can drive hips under with flat hips, that's gonna create a straighter line for you to immediately get that feedback from the floor. That's gonna create obviously a faster transition, which is gonna get you into a bigger and better block down the line. So it's a common power killer that I see in my athletes, and I see it all the time, and it's a really easy thing to get wrong. So we want to make sure that we're, just relaying it to the athletes as swiftly as we can as coaches in early stages of development before they, create those bad habits down the line. Because right now, girl, I am a fixer, okay? I'm not a cheerleading coach right now. I am a fixing coach. I fix what the cheerleading coaches taught. You understand? I almost put the quotes up. I chose not to. That was my personal choice for you. Instead of scooping under, a lot of athletes just, fold forward, which keeps their chest down. That causes their feet to land behind their shoulders, and then they're going to have to sit to transition their shoulders back to a point where they can actually get backwards into a jump, into a handspring. So yeah, all those issues will pretty much be eradicated as soon as we fix this round off. Who knew a level 2 skill was so difficult? A great drill that I like to do for this, I just elevate their hands on a panel mat, and that will allow them to spot their toes a little bit easier. It gives them a little bit more time to spot so that they can get those hips through and feel more confident staying tall out of that round off into the handspring. It is very scary at first, so if you're a coach or you're an athlete, make sure that you have somebody spotting or, a mat that you're on, something to make it a little less scary, because the first time an athlete does do this, it's gonna launch them into a back handspring that they're not ready for because they do bend. Our technique is going to be scary before it feels normal, okay? The human body is not supposed to whip backwards that quickly. Are you hearing me? We're not supposed to be doing it, okay? So it's going to feel crazy. You're going to feel wild. You're going to feel like you're gonna die, but you're not gonna die. That's what drills do. Keep you from death. You're welcome. So comment below if you guys have any of these issues, and comment which you're working on and what you find a struggle. Or if you want to tag me in a video and want me to break it down, then I absolutely can. That kind of sounds fun, low key.